Hi, and welcome to a lifter's review of Magic Spoon. So, if you don't know what Magic Spoon is a high protein, low carb cereal. Many of you might have seen an advertisement for it on your Instagram. That's how I found out about it, at least. I've looked at a couple of reviews on YouTube of this cereal, and some of them are positive, some of them are negative, but I didn't really see much coming from the perspective of somebody who would want a high protein diet and keep maybe their carbs low. So like a lifter, for example. Now, I've been lifting for about 6 years? Yeah, 6 years. And this started in high school. I was about 16. Now I'm 23. Been lifting pretty consistently, sometimes on and off. And I started out with calisthenics mainly, but now I hit a lot of weights. And so I've recently been really trying to get dialed in with my diet and with certain aspects of my fitness journey. And so I've been tracking macros, including, protein, carbs, fats, all that good stuff. And I was looking for alternatives for getting some high protein, low calorie foods into my diet so I can cut but also maintain some muscle at the same time. So I came across Magic Spoon through an advertisement and thought that this would be a really good way for me to do that. So let's get into it. Of course, I used to love cereal as a kid, just like anybody did. I mean, if you ate cereal as a kid, maybe you ate oatmeal. I don't know. All right, we're gonna go into a taste test now. So the flavor that I've got here is cinnamon roll. I'm blocking literally the flavor with my hand. We got cinnamon roll here. This one has just 1 gram less than most other boxes. The other ones are like 13 grams. Anyway, I've got about 2 servings inside of this bowl because I usually eat about 2 servings, which honestly doesn't really look like that much, to be honest. And 1 serving of milk, so I track how much milk I put in there as well. And I use ultra filtered Fairlife, cow's milk. I normally try to stay away from cows, like dairy. I usually use like plant-based milk, but when I saw the protein content in most plant-based milks compared to the ultra filtered Fairlife milk, I was like, okay, 13 grams of protein in 1 cup versus the 1 gram that I get out of, the almond milk. Not to bash almond milk though, because it is only 30 calories a serving, at least the one that I bought. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a taste test. Now, I've already done a taste test, or I guess I've already eaten 3 other flavors. This is going to be the 4th flavor. I bought the 6-pack, just to save some more money on the boxes. They're a little bit expensive. But I did buy 2 repeat flavors, so I only have 4 different flavors to try out. This is the last one I haven't tried yet. It's okay. It's not great. I mean, initial impressions are definitely better than the very first flavor that I tried, which was s'mores, even though it was one of their newer flavors. I don't know if maybe it's because I wasn't used to the cereal yet and I just took my first bite, but it definitely wasn't that good. And I was like, man, they literally put on the box that they ship to you that a cereal that doesn't taste like this box. And I was like, that's cap. It definitely did taste like the box on the first bite. But honestly, like after eating it for a while, you kind of get used to it a little bit. And I've only had it for the last 2 days, and like the aftertaste doesn't bother me at all now. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and finish this bowl of cereal and get back to this review afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and save some electricity. Get a little bit of ASMR action in here. I think the more that I eat this and the faster I shovel it down, the better it tastes. I'm actually enjoying every bite. Got some cinnamon flavored milk left. Let's see if I can show it without spilling it. Okay, so I've just finished eating the cereal, and honestly, the experience, believe it or not, got better as I went along and continued eating it. I don't know if maybe my taste buds go numb to the like artificial sweetener that they probably use in it, or the whey protein taste that I'm maybe tasting in it. But it just tastes like a regular cereal after a while, and honestly, it was pretty good. I mean, I even drank the milk out the bowl. I mean, got to get all the protein in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was actually pretty good. So let's get on with the video. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention was that I tried, other than the s'mores flavor and this cinnamon flavor, I've also tried frosted and blueberry muffin. I think maybe blueberry muffin's gonna be my favorite one. Frosted is a close second. The cinnamon will definitely be 3. And although I do need to give s'mores another chance because I judged it off of my initial taste of the cereal, right now s'mores is sitting at like the bottom of the totem pole for me. So I'm going to go over why I think this cereal will be beneficial to lifters, especially people who track calories or on a calorie restrictive diet. The first reason is because it is a quick, high protein breakfast option. It doesn't take long to prepare this at all, just like you'd prepare regular cereal. And honestly, tracking it's super easy if you have a scale or if you measure with cups. I mean, you could even eyeball it and probably get it pretty right. Either way, you're getting a lot of protein into your breakfast. And it doesn't take long at all to make. You pour some cereal, you pour some milk, that's it. Now you have a high protein breakfast to eat. Second reason is that it is high protein and fairly low calories. So it's not just that it's high protein, but in 2 servings, which is what I just had here, I got 24 grams of protein and it was only 300 calories. If you add the milk on top of that, the milk is 150 calories. I use Fairlife's highly ultra filtered milk, so it has 13 grams of protein in it. So you got 24 on top of the 13, that's 37 grams of protein, almost 40 in something that was only 450 calories. To me, that's not a bad deal at all. People who are also interested in the keto diet and want a low like total net carbs, I mean, I'm not into like any particular diet fad. I'm just in general trying to hit a certain amount of calories per day, or keep myself under a certain amount of calories, I should say. But yeah, it's beneficial because it's low carb. So like that's probably like the biggest audience, because that's kind of like the biggest thing that they mention on the front of their box is that it is, yes, high protein, but it's also low carb. Why I like this cereal so much so far personally is because it fits into my macros pretty easily. I can have this as a breakfast. I can have this as a snack at the end of the day if I need to get some protein in, but I want to enjoy what I'm eating and not just drink a protein shake. You know, this is a pretty good flexible way to have something more than just a protein shake. Another reason why is because it tastes pretty good even without like any sugar in it. I mean, it's not even like bad. I mean, it tastes sweet to me. It tastes pretty good. It's a good enough substitute. I mean, I haven't eaten regular cereal in such a long time, so you know, maybe I just don't know what I'm missing, but I personally think that it's a really good substitute. And it also feels almost guilt-free. Now, I don't know if there is something wrong with this cereal that's going to ruin me in a couple decades, but as far as I know right now, it seems like there's really no downside to it other than a slight aftertaste that some people seem to complain about. But honestly, texture is fine to me. The overall flavor of it is pretty good, and I like the fact that they have a variety of flavors, so that way you don't kind of get bored eating the same flavor over and over again. Here are the downsides, because this video can't just say everything that is good about this cereal. There's also some obvious downsides, and one of the biggest ones that I haven't talked about yet, or I might have alluded to before, was the price of the cereal. So it's like $10 a box, and even with the like first time buyers discount and free shipping, you're paying like $9 a box. And then God forbid you don't get free shipping. You know, I have a friend who lives in Canada trying to buy the cereal, and he has to pay for shipping. So on top of the box already being super expensive, you also have to pay for shipping if you don't get free shipping where you are. Another downside, obviously I've mentioned already, is the aftertaste. Some people, flavor is very important to them, and honestly, if you're not really into, you know, restricting your calories, trying to cut, or doing anything crazy like that, it's probably like, you know, not really marketed towards you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably not like super beneficial for you to buy this cereal in the first place if you're buying it for something that tastes good. You know, if the high protein and the low carbs is just a second benefit to whatever you're looking for as your, you know, main goal when buying the cereal, or your main like priority, then it's probably not for you. Yeah, you're better off just getting regular cereal if taste is really important to you. Only other downside that I could think of, and I don't even think that's really much of a downside because it's not marketed towards kids, is that it's not really like a fun cereal. Like, all of the shapes are the same. It's pretty boring, like overall, pretty much. And there's no like, you know, extra added pieces like marshmallows or anything cool like that. I mean, it's pretty bland, but you know, honestly, I personally don't care. I mean, I've eaten oatmeal for like a year straight for breakfast, you know, when I was in college, because it was easy. I got used to it, and I didn't have to spend money on breakfast sandwiches outside every day. So, you know, this is an upgrade from oatmeal. I didn't used to put sweetener sometimes. So, you know, I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know, I was eating fucking oatmeal with no sweetener in it. But there was a time where I was eating oatmeal with no sweetener in it. That's pretty much it for this review. My conclusion is the main reason I personally wouldn't buy the cereal again, if I am deciding not to buy the cereal again, which I still haven't decided yet, would probably be because of the price. You know, you get 6 boxes of cereal, but you spent like $50 for it. And it does fit in my macros well. And honestly, I spend so much money on supplements in general anyway. I mean, I just bought like $160 worth of Gorilla Mode pre-workout. So, I mean, shit, I'm no stranger to spending money on supplements. So, it's very highly possible that I'll be spending money on it again if I really like it and I think that it's helping me hit my macro goals. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty flavorful. You know, for the most part, it has a decent variety. They come out with new flavors too. And, I mean, it tastes good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be like the best tasting cereal. I'm not expecting it to taste like Lucky Charms, but you know, it tastes good enough. So it satisfies what it's supposed to do. So I don't see myself getting bored of it, which is really a good thing, because that means I can make it a consistent part of my diet, and that'll help me stay consistent with staying under a certain number of calories and also staying with a certain amount of protein per day. I think people who are bodybuilders or even casual lifters who are trying to hit certain goals, maybe they're trying to hit a certain body fat percentage, so they need to lower their calories but keep their protein intake up high, while also substituting foods that they loved for foods that are healthier. I think this would be a very good substitute for those kinds of people. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my Twitch channel where I stream games and sometimes web development, and check out my Instagram at Absolute Dusk where I post my anime art and lifting reels. If you like the video and want to encourage me to make more content, whether it be around anime, lifting, software engineering, or gaming, please do subscribe, leave a like, and comment with some constructive criticism. Much appreciated. See you guys in the next video.